Hi guys, welcome to this
Hello.
month's Q&A. We're doing it in Phil's living room. So what's the first question?
Have you ever thought about recording anything outside of the studio for ambiance? For example, a band I like recorded the beginning of their song outside with crickets making sound and the wind, etc.
Well, the last album, in fact, I went outside in the woods and I recorded some sounds, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Of like kind of just the sounds of a wood. And if you listen really carefully on The Ties That Bind, you'll hear forest sounds underneath the whole of the album. So yes, we've already done that.
Wasn't each side a different time of day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first side of the album is A Forest at Night, and the second side of the album is A Forest at Dawn. So.
And the one before that actually had beach sounds recorded by John White.
Yeah. At the start of
My Leviathan.
My Leviathan, yeah. And then obviously, we did have some cricket sounds actually on The Ritual, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
The fire sounds, I think we blagged somewhere off the internet. But yeah, so we've used lots of ambience in our records already, and I don't think there's any on the new stuff. I think it's all just music and synths and things on the new album. So, but yeah, we're used to that. Next.
What gigs on your tour are you most looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to playing some of the new places, I guess. New venues, maybe not necessarily new cities. Like we're playing in Bristol, a place called Louisiana, which is quite a good venue that I have been to before and saw Blood Ceremony there, and it's a small venue, but it's really cool. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm looking forward to Swansea because that's a bit of a pilgrimage for me. I used to live in Swansea
Oh, yeah.
for a few years, so
Yeah,
I've not
yeah.
been there for 15 years now. So
Wow, yeah.
Nice.
And do you know the venue, the Monkhouse?
no, that has sprung up since I've been there.
Cool.
Since.
Cool. What about you, Raj?
Edinburgh, Bannerman's. I love that place.
Yeah. You just love the parties.
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess those then.
All right. Have you got an idea of what artwork you want, subject, colours, etc., or is it left up to the artist to create it? Are they able to listen to your album before creating its visual identity?
No.
That's a good question.
no, they're not. But we're using Chris Putter, the same guy from the last album, and I sent him some very rudimentary sketches of what we wanted. And we've also we did a sort of a mock-up, didn't we? A photo shoot that we sent him of some of the ideas that we wanted, basically. And we kind of, I guess at that point, we leave it up to him. So we don't really know what's happening about that yet, which we're obviously fine with. And then, no, I'm fine. He's going to send me some stuff soon. He is definitely. And then, but he's never let us down, so it will be cool. It's a weird mixture of you kind of guide the process slightly, but then you have to let the artist do what they want to do at the same time. So it's kind of a mixture of both, really. Like you don't want to completely constrict them, but then I remember previously when we first started working with him, we were much more loose about it. And do you remember when he did that Viking artwork for us? Yeah, and it was really good artwork, but it was absolutely anything to do with any of the songs or anything like that. And we were kind of like, oh, okay, that's awesome, but it's like completely irrelevant. So we ended up using it on a tour poster, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I think since then we've given a certain amount of guidance and then let him sort of let his imagination run wild and see what happens. The way he works as well, or the way he used to work anyway, I presume it's the way he still works, is he does studies. So rather than just like from scratch working on the piece of artwork and then like it through to completion and making minor changes, he'll like do a whole bit of artwork and then do a whole nother bit of artwork, and they'll gradually evolve. So that might be fascinating if I can get the hands on some of the processes. If he's willing to share them, I could maybe share them with you guys. So that would be cool. Next.
Have you ever considered using any of your own art or designs rather than an artist?
We have used various people's. I think we've used some of Mel's. We used. I remember using some of Rain's artwork. Our own. I guess you could argue that I do the layouts, don't I?
Yeah.
So.
Oh no! Wait, we did use one.
Excuse me.
Our first ever T-shirt Was it Ashtabula T-shirt?
Yes, yeah.
You did a mock-up for an artist,
Yes.
and they weren't feeling it, but so you were like, okay, we'll just use my mock-up, and it looked really good.
Oh yeah, the
It's
train
the
crash.
train coming.
Yeah. Which is relevant because I'm doing Ashtabula this month for the song breakdown. So, you see. But yeah, so that would be cool. But yeah, generally speaking, we've been doing this so long. We've done a mixture of everything, haven't we? And it's kind of the advantage, I think, of using an artist to do it is, well, you choose them like kind of on their style, and then you see what they come up with. Color scheme wise, so they did ask about the color scheme, didn't they? We're using a different color scheme than we've used so far. That's as far as I'm going to go at the moment, but they won't be colors you've seen associated with us before. So that'll be
Neon
interesting.
pink.
That's right.
Maybe.
When creating the swamp set list, how do you balance the old and new?
Good question.
With great
Well,
difficulty.
Basically, we try and do old, new, old, new, old, new. So like one after the other, so that you don't get bored. Really,
That's his rule,
it.
by the way, people.
That's
just
my
so,
rule. Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, me and Raj are a little bit less draconian about that, but you know it's fine. With the old, new thing, it's easier to do that in longer sets.
Yes.
As we found out when we had to play like a half an hour set, that's much harder
It
to
really
do.
is, yeah.
To balance them out that well. I have a feeling that when we're about to start working on the set that will be our tour set for next year, and that will be more difficult to do your rule. So we might have to bend the rule a bit. Because apart from anything, as you'll start to learn, there are very distinct types of songs on the new album. Like there's some very angry, heavy ones, and there are some very light, positive ones. And so we'll also, as well as balancing out old and new, we'll have to balance out the actual feel of the song and where it sits in the set, and you know where the bangers are and where the that kind of stuff.
They're all bangers, mate.
So
What
actually,
about?
I've often said this, that creating set lists is one of those things which is like can be quite complex, can't it? And I think even since we've been back and playing the new stuff live, we've started to be like, oh yeah, that's where that one sits now.
Yeah.
So I remember
Like we play a gig and then we're like, that one didn't fit there, did it?
Yeah. And like I remember when we first started playing Hellfair, we were playing it near the start of the sets, and now it seems ridiculous not to put that at the end or near the end, because it's just. I guess we didn't put it at the end before because we were tired and it's quite hard. So that might have been the reason.
Yeah, but then it's difficult to pace yourself. If
Oh,
you
totally.
Start off with something like that.
Well, if you put a fast song like that really early on and then put a slow song afterwards, you always play the slow song faster.
Yeah.
Because you're like, yeah. Right, cool.
If each of you could do a track with any 70s glam band, which one would you choose?
70s glam
That's
band.
very specific.
It is.
I would go with, I'm torn between The Sweet or Slade.
I quite like Mud.
Mud. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know any glam bands.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
So clearly we need to
Limp
educate.
Bizkit.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So I mean, I know it's a cliche, but Mark Bolan as well, obviously, like T-Rex. It's like, you know, he kind of dominated a little bit. So
I do know the bands that you've mentioned, but I didn't know they were glam bands. So
it's all right.
sorry, everyone. I've let the team down. I've let the patrons down.
Let
You've
yourself down.
most
Myself
importantly,
down, yeah.
you've let yourself down. I mean, that's the most important thing. Right. Okay. Cool.
Describe your dream stage outfits and what fashions inspire you. Band t-shirts don't count.
Well, I've done a few sketches. Excuse me. No, I haven't. No.
Dream stage outfit.
Mhm.
Sean wears the best clothes.
Oh my
on
god.
stage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think I could pull
Flared
it off, but I
catsuits.
think flared catsuit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in on that then. Yeah.
I mean, she might lend them to us. Maybe if Sean lent us all individual parts of her wardrobe, then that would be our dream wardrobe. So, you know, putting that out there, Sean. If you want to lend us your clothes, then we'll wear them.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There's having a conversation in between all the questions. What do you think you're doing?
Making a really interesting video, isn't it, guys?
If you could have a stage gimmick, such as Bones flying out Stonehenge that's Phil-sized, what would it be? What?
There was a lot going on there in that question.
Yeah. All the gimmicks have been done, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love Stonehenge. That'd be great.
I feel like I have this idea about like having loads of like crazy stage pyrotechnics, and then I know the problem is that what will happen is I will get caught on fire.
Maybe if we start that way.
What,
you just
with me on fire?
Like,
I mean, that's an option. So yeah, okay, fire. That's our gimmick. Our gimmick is fire. Right, what's next?
All right. What was the first album that you bought and is still a favourite and an influence?
See, now the way I read this question is it's not necessarily the first album you bought, but it's the first album you bought that
That's
is
still
still an
an
influence.
influence,
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, I know what it is for me. Rage Against the Machine's first album.
I was just about to say the same thing. You bastard.
Got in there first. Yeah.
All right, fine. Chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavour.
I knew you were gonna go Limp Bizkit. I knew you were gonna go Limp Bizkit.
I love the drums, man.
Yeah.
I think my first album actually was Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous.
Okay.
Nice.
And actually that's quite a big influence. So I go
Still
with that
stands
one,
up.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That was quite varied.
All right, just for fun, what would your chosen pirate names be?
Well, that's ridiculous because I've basically got a pirate name already. I'll be like, let's be honest.
literally.
Bones the Beard. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm already a pirate. I just need some rum. I've been in supermarkets. Children have said, "Look, mummy, it's a pirate," and I've thought that's pretty legit. You know, the woman was embarrassed, and I was like, "It's fine." The kid's onto it. There, it's like I am a pirate. So, what would yours be?
I don't know. Were there any Indian pirates?
I'm sure there were. Yeah.
Black Raj. No, no idea. No. I've got no idea.
I don't know either.
Raj.
Right.
I
Oh.
can't beat that. I
Oh my god.
just Captain Lanky. That'll do.
Oh, okay, wow. Captain Lanky. I'd say midshipman.
Midshipman.
Don't get ahead of
Alright,
yourself.
No, that's a bit navy rather than.
Yeah, true.
Oh, he's a privateer then. There you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Aha.
What's your all-time favourite riff and drum solo?
It's quite difficult. For me, it'd probably be a Rage Against the Machine riff. Like,
Yeah.
but it's choosing which one. It's one of those ones that makes you go, ooh. You know, the nasty face, the stank face.
Vietnam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that drum wise?
No, the riff.
Yeah.
I like it because it's really simple.
But then I quite like that riff in Wake Up. as well. Yeah. The Matrix one.
Yeah.
What about you?
I like how you have to remind me.
I don't know. I know. I go through phases of liking different riffs, so I can't have like an all-time favourite.
Oh yeah, we're pigeonholing you. We're forcing you
Little
into
bit,
it.
Yeah. I think at the moment my favourite one is Son and Daughter by Queen, because you do the stank face and you're like, holy shit, this is Queen. Queen don't do riffs, but actually it's really fat.
And
So,
little
that's-
anecdote as well that you forced the band at your wedding to play.
I really did force them. I paid them extra money to play it and learn it.
They weren't happy about it. You could tell. They were like,
Well, they did, and they only cocked it up once.
yeah. And then we were all looking at each other for the changes, and I was like,
What about drum solos?
well, no, maybe that's aimed at you.
Maybe. I would say Joe Morello's drum solo in the song Take 5 by the Dave Brubeck Quartet. I learnt a lot about just drumming in general from that drum solo, because he manages to play the drums, but it's still kind of weirdly melodic, but it's just drums. Like you can hear that he's still playing the melody of Take 5, but on the drums.
Which I've now got stuck in my head.
How about John Bonham's Moby Dick?
Well, yeah, no.
That's classic, right?
That is
Yeah,
classic.
that is good.
I mean, I know it's not that.
Well, it's pretty cool because he uses his hands.
He uses
Yeah.
his hands.
To get through this.
And I've seen a version where he's holding a Guinness as well. Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, if you listen carefully, sometimes at Morass gigs, at the end of the set, I will chuck in the intro fill to Moby Dick. I think that's it.
That's it.
Well, hey.
Hey.
We're done. Yeah, the light has been changing quite a lot, but I quite like it.
And it's slowly disappearing into the...
Yeah. It's been getting light and dark, and my beard's been getting well illuminated. So that was the Q&A for November. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all your support on Patreon. We appreciate it. We are entering a period now of kind of like preparing for next year and getting lots of album stuff done, but we'll keep you abreast of the situation. I like saying abreast of the situation.
Abreast.
Abreast.
Bye, guys. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.